Wow, CES 2022, in my opinion, pretty much ended on a bang. I know, there's a lot of YouTubers out there talking about how everything was a disappointment. Not everything from CES 2022 is a disappointment, okay? Sure, some things like Nvidia, yeah, Nvidia dropped the ball. Nobody cares about a 3090 Ti when you can't even keep a 3060 in stock, okay? Speaking of Nvidia and AMD, if you wanna know more about those presentations and what was said and the things that you need to know about, be sure to check out my video on it. I'll have it linked in the pinned comment down below this video. It'll also pop up right now and one of the corners, maybe this one or that. I don't know. Be on the lookout for it. But I want to talk about some of the things that I really think that will take PC gaming to the next level. I'm talking Super Saiyan next level. Kind of like when Goku went Super Saiyan for the first time and beat the ever-living crap out of Frieza. You know what I'm talking about, right? No, not everything's about GPUs and more horsepower under the hood, but there are plenty of things coming very soon this year that will allow you to take your PC to the next level and have a better gaming experience than ever before. Now, before we hop into that, let me say I will give some of my console players some love and I will do an honorable mention up front. PlayStation did announce their PlayStation VR2 headset, and I gotta be honest, it looks pretty promising. VR technology has come a long way and more companies are starting to get into it. And the VR2 headset does look way better than the first generation in basically every way, and they're even going to give us an OLED display on the headset, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. Now, speaking of OLED displays, LG has officially confirmed their 42-inch OLED TV. Now, why exactly is this a big deal? Well, you might have seen my video talking about PC gaming on a 48-inch OLED TV. And honestly, I use this TV every single day as my main monitor for my PC. And I absolutely love it. Whether if you're gaming on a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, or if you just have a GPU with an HDMI 2.1 port, then an OLED TV is by far the best way to experience your gaming content. Now, I've had all my friends come over and check out the TV in person, and they pretty much all say the same thing. They love the TV, it looks amazing, but it's just a little bit too big for a PC monitor. But now LG is fixing this issue by releasing their 42-inch version of the TV, and now you can experience all the benefits of an OLED TV in a smaller form factor. I truly think this TV will be the gamer's choice this year in 2022 as a main display for gaming. So if you're considering getting an OLED TV as your main gaming display, then you may want to check out the 42-inch version releasing later this year by LG. Now, speaking of OLED and shaking up the industry, Alienware has decided to make a 34-inch monitor that will also be an OLED display. The difference is that it will be a 1440p display that will do up to 175 frames per second. We don't really know the pricing, we don't know the release date or anything of that nature, but it should be releasing sometime this year in 2022. And so if you are a dedicated go-to PC monitor gamer and you still want the benefits of OLED, Alienware now officially has you covered. Now, one last little bit of OLED information about 2022. Samsung may be working on their very first ever OLED TV. In fact, it may even be releasing sometime this year in 2022. So that's going to be huge because up to this point, Samsung has mostly only worked in QLED technology. So it's going to be very interesting to see them compete in the OLED space. Samsung is upgrading their Tizen software on their systems to now include something called the game bar. Now, what the game bar is basically an overlay for your video games. Now, this is nothing new for PC gamers. We've been able to monitor our frame rate and all these other stats for a very long time. But now what's really cool is that console players for the first time will be able to connect their PlayStations or their Xboxes or even their Switches directly to their TV and monitor their frame rate and their resolution in real time. Additionally, Samsung has even taken it one step further on the gaming front by offering NVIDIA's GeForce Now and Google Stadia pre-installed right out of the box whenever you purchase one of their new TVs in 2022. And lastly, on their 2022 models of Neo QLED TVs, Samsung is now allowing up to 4 HDMI 2.1 ports that can fully support up to 4K 144 frames per second. This is truly next level for the TV industry. TVs are now proving more and more that they are the dedicated go-to gaming display, whether if you're on console or PC. Next up, I want to talk about Intel. And basically, Intel has confirmed that they are officially shipping their GPUs directly to their partners. And that's basically all we know. We don't know the release date. We don't know the pricing. We don't even know the official performance of these GPUs. Now look, I know a lot of people are not really interested in any type of GPU that doesn't say NVIDIA, GeForce, or RTX on it. I get that, okay? But more people are starting to be open to the fact that AMD is another viable option. AMD is finally starting to make a really good name for themselves, and now it's time for a third competitor to enter the space. Intel entering this space is honestly the best thing for PC gamers because it's another option. It is another line of products that you can choose from. And the more companies we have making a product, the better it is for you, not only the PC gamer, the gamer, but the consumer in general in any industry. Next up, I want to talk about PC cases really quickly. So we saw a little bit of everything this week, and honestly, some things really kind of stood out to me. So for starters, CyberPower is doing something that is either the craziest idea ever or the coolest idea ever, and I'll let you decide that in the comments below. But basically, they now have a front panel of a PC case where the fans go, where the chambers automatically dynamically open and close depending on the temperature inside the case. Think about that for a second. So the idea is that they wanted a case that could not only offer really good airflow, but also be a case that was smart enough to know that you don't need extra airflow right now. So close off the vents, turn the fans down a little bit, and have a quieter case running in the background so you don't have extra ambient noise. I could definitely see this creeping a few people out. It might be pretty cool for Halloween now that I think about it. Next up, I want to talk about a case that I'm extremely excited for, and I'm going to tell you why. So it's coming from a company I know virtually nothing about, and the name of the case is called the Hyte Y60. Weird name, I know. This case is targeting to be a viable alternative to the Lee & Lee family of mini cases. So this case is quite unique because it comes pre-installed with a Gen 4 PCIe riser cable. You can only vertical mount your GPU, and the tempered glass wraps all the way around the front side of the case. There are no other bars or anything that will hinder any of your viewing points of your build. The case is a little expensive at $200 coming out in March, but if the reviews are good, it may be worth checking out. So I'm super excited to see the first impressions of this case when it releases. Lastly, I'm super excited to talk about this. So if you've been following me for any amount of time, then you know that I have a couple of water cooling related videos on my channel. EK Waterblocks is making water cooling easier than ever before. EK Waterblocks has officially partnered with Lee & Lee to now bring you pre-built PCs that are already water cooled right out of the box, and there are multiple options to choose from. You can do a pre-built PC that has hardline water cooling already ran for you with a distro plate. You can go their new AIO route. EK Waterblocks is now releasing a brand new product called the EK AIO Plus. Basically, it's your normal AIO that we all know and love, all-in-one liquid cooling solution that will water cool your CPU. But for the first time ever, you can buy an AIO that will come with an RGB water block for your GPU. And this one AIO will now automatically water cool both your CPU and your GPU. This is truly something that's never been done before. I'm very curious to see how it actually works out in the market. I have no idea about the release date or how much it's gonna cost, but I'm super excited to see the first reviews of it. And honestly, even if it doesn't work out, I just appreciate the fact that they're trying to innovate. They're trying to bring more solutions to the market. A much needed and welcomed addition to the water cooling family. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit that like button because it goes a long way in helping me out. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about some of the products on this list? Are you excited about any of them? Maybe none of them at all? In my opinion, I think a lot of these products are very innovative, and I think 2022 is shaping up to be a pretty good year. I look forward to talking to you about all of these products down in the comment section below, and until next time, E-Rock out.